You guys talked about last year with the team yet? You guys got a big win at Temple, went into camp and played very well. Kind of a similar situation coming up this week with a road trip up to Central.
No, I have not talked to them specifically about that, but there are several things that, as the weeks start to unfold, that we need to address our team about. And obviously, playing well in cold weather, being able to finish off the season. It's something that we've talked about early on in the season. In fact, prior to the season, when we looked at what we wanted to be all about, and so we, as a staff, looked at it also, and we're looking at approaching things a little differently than we have in the past, practice-wise, and so far it's it's worked out fairly well, but we'll see. We're trying to make adjustments, do what we need to do on a weekly basis when you play in the middle of the week like we are here these last actually 4 ball games. There's some adjustments that need to be built in automatically. We need to look at finals. We'll be in the middle of finals basically for about a week and a half there. That will affect our last 2 ball games, regular season ball games, and how our guys approach that will be critical. They need to be on top of their studies right now. They need to get all their assignments in. They can't wait to the very end and be emotionally drained and physically drained from football and school and expect to step on the field, play well. So awful lot of issues that we do need to address. But you are right, one of those issues is how we finished the year off last year.
It's a long break there, with the night kickoff there. There's a lot of time that you guys got to fill.
Yeah, it is. And, we've had to do it before. We've approached it several different ways. So, I think what we're doing is the right way to approach it, and that's to make sure that you just don't give them a tremendous amount of free time. There'll also be a study hall period for a number of our guys that will try to get some in maybe Friday night and then also some in Saturday.
What can you tell us about Central Michigan?
They're a young football team. As I looked at the depth chart list that I was given, looked like 1 senior on offense, maybe 2 to 3 on defense. So very young football team, certainly building for the future, but they're not looking at it as down the road because they got their guys playing well right now, and a lot of young talent that I think just keeps getting better and better game by game for them. And so, got excellent receivers, throw the ball well. Defensively, has been a team that has given up some yards, but yet, is a team that when you look at them on film, you don't just see that. They look aggressive, they move around well. So I think it's a good young football team that'll play well and play hard.
Coach, where last week's focus was the main priority was stopping the run, this week Central's pass attacks ranked 28th in the country. How much emphasis will you guys put on getting to the quarterback and having some tight coverage on there?
We will emphasize stopping the run. Number one, especially if you got a good throwing team, because you cannot let them get their ground game going, because they are going to make some yards. They're going to put themselves in position to make points with the throwing game, no question about it. You don't want the ground game to contribute to that, and so we'll always try to stop the run first. But obviously, we're aware of their talent and how well they're throwing the ball. Excellent receivers and a quarterback that's a true drop back kind of quarterback and can put the ball where it needs to be put. So, they've always had really good throwing attacks at Central. They've had some outstanding quarterbacks. Of course, Lefevre was there forever, and so they have a history of being able to throw the ball and throw it well. when we played them, excuse me, in the championship game for the conference title, they also ran the ball very well, and so we got to make sure that that doesn't get going.
Touch on Tyler Tettleton, who's already tied the single-season touchdown record. If he doesn't get hurt, he'll set, I don't know, probably half a dozen passing, yeah, not exactly half, set half a dozen passing records for you this year. And I know you expected him to be good, but this kind of production has to come out a little bit out of left field, doesn't it?
Well, I think if you look at his career here, you know, we threw him into the fire as a true freshman in a situation where no one should be thrown into, but it was out of a necessity because of injuries and at certain point in times in the game when we threw him in, we weren't ahead, and people knew we had to throw, and so they were buzzing around him the time he was in there, and so it was a tough start for any quarterback. But just knowing his personality, we knew that was going to be a huge plus for him. When he came out of spring ball, we knew he had a chance to really be good. And then that just continued through fall camp. And so I guess from spring on, it became pretty clear to us that we had a chance to have maybe a special quarterback.